Welcome to Life Happens, where Texans come to protect their legacy and prepare for the second half of life. Join your host, attorney Kim Hegwood with Hegwood Law Group, and our weekly guest as we navigate the challenges that emerge as life happens. Now here's your host, Kim Hegwood.
Good morning, and welcome to Life Happens with me, Kim Hegwood, and our very special guest today, David Wood. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
And so today we're going to talk about the senior housing roadmap, correct?
Yes.
All right, so let's tell our listeners, you're a realtor, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so, when you think about, seniors, as we all do, kind of transition, when do you, leave the house to maybe assisted living and things like that. And so you really work with a lot of seniors to kind of do things like to help them make that decision on when it's time to sell the house and where might they go next. And how do you have that conversation with someone?
Well, I'll just give you a little more background on me. I'm a senior and I'm a veteran. I was a captain in the Air Force. So I can relate to seniors' issues. And also, my main role is to help coordinate or to help seniors and their families plan their living arrangements, mainly real estate type stuff. But I work with other professionals like probate attorneys and real estate attorneys and insurance people to help seniors and their family members put good plans together for their seniors.
So for those that are thinking about staying at home, what kind of things do you talk to them about to make that easier?
Well, many times seniors have some mobility issues. So if one of the obstacles to them staying in their home is they may have to modify their home, like put in walk-in tubs, things like that. Also, it may be difficult for seniors to financially maintain their home. So their homes may require some maintenance and they've gotten behind on that. Also, they may want to live with their children. So they may want to move. So they'll sell their home. Lastly, there's some options that they can use to sell their home. They can sell it to a real estate investor. If you do that, you don't really need to prepare the home too much. Many times investors help them like clean out their houses and help them renovate their houses and things like that. Or you could sell it yourself with the help of a family member, but then you need to prepare the house to sell, like staging, things like that, and clean it out better. And lastly, you can go through a realtor. Now, I may be accused of being a little prejudiced here since I'm a realtor, but according to the statistics that I've heard, people tend to get more money when they have a realtor sell their house rather than themselves, as much as 11% more. Now, the reason for that is realtors know a lot of buyers. They have, especially nowadays with the internet, they can basically broadcast out the house you're selling to numerous people. So these are things that normally people that are selling the houses themselves don't have.
Because I know we talk to clients a lot, that are staying at home, and as they get older. I had conversations with a client one time about the rugs. You got to pick up the rugs. And it was one of those expensive rugs. And she's like, I don't know how to get that out of the house. And I said, well, I'm sure it needs to be cleaned, right? And I said, it's got to be cleaned, so we really need to take it and get it clean. So just roll it up and then put it somewhere. So, because, all those things that are very pretty sometimes really create a lot of problems for seniors, as they get older. And so definitely. So when it comes to senior housing choices, how do you fit in that in regards to the conversation that they want to have?
Well, like I said, seniors might want to keep their home, and then that'd be one of their choices, and they can stay in the home, like I said, if they can afford it. There are other options too, like they could move to a senior community. There might even be continuing care communities. There's apartments. that have continuing care. There's nursing homes, assisted living homes. There's a sort of master plan communities where you have all those things: nursing homes, assisted living, duplexes. One of my aunts lives in a duplex near one of those types of communities. So there's lots of options. And then if you're a veteran, I've seen veteran homes too. So you do have a variety of options. Now, of course, if we get into the cost of senior housing, the more medical requirements you have for the seniors, the higher the cost. And usually, of course, the cheapest is to stay in your own home, because many times the homes are already paid for. You don't have any mortgage payments, and many times you get a break on your property taxes as a senior. So that's one thing you can do. Also, you can rent out a room in your home if you want to help defray the costs a little bit in your home. The inconvenience of that, of course, is that you have another person living in your house. So I've actually done that a while for a friend of mine temporarily. And also to help finance it, you've got a variety of options. You've got, besides renting out a room, you've got Medicare supplements. You can get long-term care insurance. Besides your Social Security, you can do reverse mortgages, annuities, things like that. So you need somebody to help advise you on a lot of that stuff, and that's where I refer people to the experts, to the competent professionals in each of those areas.
And what kind of challenges do you see for family members when they're having to make the decisions on, do we leave mom or dad at home? Do we need to move them? Do we need to sell the house, not sell the house? How do you see those challenges coming?
Well, sometimes, to be quite honest, older people, they can be more and more difficult to live with. So there might be strained relationships. Also, you might have some memory problems. They might have some mental problems. So that provides challenges. As actually, there was one option I didn't even mention. That's living with your family. Now, that if you have like children, and this happened to me when I was a kid, my mother's mother, moved in with us. It could be a real challenge when you have kids. It can be a financial burden to the family, and it can be emotional burden. So, and also, unfortunately, sometimes you have some sibling conflicts. The siblings have different plans for their parents, so what they want their parents to do. And if you're trying to sell a house and you have multiple siblings, you might have a little issue there. One of them may want to sell it and one may want to rent it. So you may have some issues there too. And lastly, sometimes people, and this can be a real challenge. One of my other aunts, she absolutely insisted not going to an assisted living place. Well, after they finally got her to the assisted living place, she loved it. So sometimes, and sometimes people are just plain in a denial about, not being able to see so well or hear so well or get around more. So, you have those kind of issues too. And lastly, as I've sort of already touched on, paying for it. The more like in-home care you have, the more expensive it is. The more care you require for medical reasons, the more expensive it is.
So your book is called The Senior Housing Roadmap. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell our listeners a little bit what made you write the book?
Well, I have quite a bit of experience with seniors. I live in a senior community, and I am a senior, and I just wanted to write a book to help seniors and their families prepare their future living arrangements. As it says right there, it's a step-by-step guide to choosing the right option for your family. I wanted to help them make the decisions. And also there's a workbook that goes with it that you're intended to fill out. There's not a digital copy of it. I have to mail that out. So if anybody's interested, they need to give me their mailing address, and I'll send the workbook to them. It's meant to be filled out with the senior and their family. And it goes through checklists and plans and all sorts of things. It's not just, I mean, it covers probate stuff, things like that. So anyway, that's why I wrote it.
So, but you, so how do they get the book?
They could just email me with their home address. If they want the workbook. If they want the digital copy of it, they'll email me again, and I'll just send them the link to the book. Or I also have the book in hard copy. So if they do send me an address, I can send the both to the workbook and the regular book, hard copies.
Is there a cost for the hard copy of the book and the workbook?
The hard copy is free. I just send that free. The workbook, there is a small charge if you order it online. I can send you the link to order online. It's $12.99. Sorry, there is one little thing. On the book, I do charge $9.95 for shipping and handling of the book. If I ship it, I ship both the book and the workbook at the same time.
And so how do, besides the email address that we're seeing on the screen, and got a phone number for our listeners?
Yeah, the phone number is actually appearing. I don't see the email address.
And so that number is going to be the 281-217-3589?
Yes, and my email address is David zero. Okay, I indicated my realtor.com. It's called clients@davewoodrealtor.com. Clients, plural, at davewoodrealtor.com. Also, you can email me to david0775@att.net.
Perfect.
Either one will work.
So I'm assuming are you selling houses still?
Yes. Yeah, I'm selling
Perfect.
houses. Though It's a very hot market. It's a good time to sell.
Yes. And yes, I told my realtor the same thing. I was like, I just need to find a place to live and get rid of my house. and I'm ready to downsize myself, so I can appreciate that. And so, alrighty. And well, I appreciate it, David, you being on the show today. And we look forward to getting a copy of the book. I'll send the email so I can get one. And hopefully you will get some more people that will get that from you as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, take care.
You too.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Life Happens with Kim Hegwood. Be sure to tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. wherever you listen to your podcast as we navigate through the challenges that emerge as life happens. The content of this podcast does not establish an attorney-client relationship or constitute attorney-client privilege, legal, medical, or any other professional advice.